We're back.
We're back. Just
Now,
like that.
in real time, how long did this all take us, girls? 30 minutes to build all these?
Maximum, because we were
maximum.
chatting.
Because we were chatting a lot. So, we should look at Dorothy's beautiful little,
So those
these
pots
are
I
gifts.
showed you
These
earlier.
are so cute. These are gifts for people.
So I wanted to just, with this one, it's, I hope you can see the color. It's kind of a sage green.
Yes.
And
Cindy's going to do the close-up
so I
camera.
wanted to just use colors that worked with that.
I love that, Dorothy. It's beautiful.
And then you have the little surprise.
Right, and there's always,
that
there should
one.
always be something interesting in there that, as you say, is a surprise.
And, which Dorothy taught me that I have to say, if something doesn't go well in it, so it looks beautiful, one part isn't going well, Dorothy taught me, I pull that guy out and put another cutting in, and then it's fixed.
Right.
It's not like it has to. It was so
doesn't
cute.
have to
My
be
friend
forever.
Cheryl that asked you on
Right, on
Facebook,
yeah.
she had a bowl, Cindy, and this part was fine, but then something had died in the center and it was still just empty. And like Dorothy said, stick something in there.
Right.
That's all you
I
have
said,
to do.
show me the plant that's not doing well.
Yes.
And it's just, so she showed me a picture of some blank dirt and said, it used to be there, it died. I pulled it out. Okay, that's okay.
This is.
So wait, one more thing before you go
so
to.
I beg your pardon.
Let me show you this one.
I beg your
Remember the
I
frosted
love
glass?
that with the frosted
So
glass.
I decided to just go lighter with this, and based on what we have here.
So pretty, honey.
Did I lose one? There's a bit of blank dirt there.
Well,
Well, whatever, that's fine.
We'll fill it in.
So there's kind of a yellow tinge, but anyway, it's just lighter. You
It
can
looks
see,
like a little winter wonderland.
right? Then,
Actually, Dorothy, that's so beautiful. So simple.
and as it grows, as it gets an inch or two and fills out a little bit, it'll look even better. And then these two were just.
I love this. This
I
is
love
gorgeous.
this particular succulent in the middle. Cindy showed it. It's big.
Look at the dimensions you got on that.
leaves. And so you can put the tall thing in the middle, or you can put the tall thing at the edge. You decide.
And you
You're
used
the-
up all those babies.
Yeah, I put babies around the
You
edge.
used up those
And
babies.
that one I just jammed a whole bunch of things that are
Looks
similar
beautiful.
color
Looks
in there
beautiful.
that I thought would look good with that periwinkle blue.
Charming.
So, okay, now.
And just, Miss Cindy will hold this up to so people can see the top.
So that's the wooden box.
Yeah.
That is really
It's probably
cute.
12 inches.
And you know what
long.
else though? I'm just gonna
Maximum.
stick this in my new yard, you guys. And the other thing is, succulents don't need a lot of water.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole variety, isn't it,
Right.
Dorothy? So that sometimes when I've had pots, I realize I probably haven't watered them for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I go out and water them. Do you know what I mean? But they're fine.
Right, they're fine.
It looks like you guys are in a cactus garden.
Oh, look!
Right.
Jumping! Diving out of the cactus garden. We need to get out more, girls.
Oh, really?
Why?
But so show this again. Look how many
So
varieties you put in here.
much
1, 2,
fun.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 different varieties of
I
succulent
love
in
this. Came
one.
from Dorothy's house. And you know why I love succulents now is that some of them look prehistoric to me,
Right. Right.
which is really
This one kind of does.
yes.
It's
Now-
kind of a.
Dorothy's gonna finish this one
So
on
this is
camera,
a
but
piece
we
of
have to
salad bowl.
yes,
Okay,
we
so
have
let's
to
show that
show
one first.
Have to get it close. Look how beautiful, Cindy.
That was the bird cage. And
Now, the last time Cindy brought that birdhouse home, you made a birdhouse too.
Yeah.
And then you also made those wire frame things. Remember how cute those were?
yeah.
That's still on your fence, isn't it, Cindy?
It was on my fence until 2 days ago.
Oh,
Right.
When I finally took the last still living pieces off of it and threw the bird house away because it had started to crumble.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
you spend $5 for something really, really nice. But I'm gonna hang this outside my kitchen window in my new house.
Awesome.
I
Here's
can
one of
hardly wait.
One of the fun things about this is, I hope you can see, this particular plant is hanging out one of
Yeah.
the rungs there,
And it has room to grow.
and this one will too. So fun.
So fun. now, Miss Dorothy, you're gonna teach us one or two more
So
things.
this
planting.
is Denise's
40-year-old and 50-year-old
salad
monkey
bowl
pot
cracks.
salad bowl cracks.
And we can't let it go to Goodwill. We gotta put stuff in. So we just filled it with dirt and potting mix.
This actually, now I'm gonna buy the cactus that you told
Right.
me.
We didn't
This
have
is-
cactus.
This
potting
is
mix
orchid
That's
potting
okay.
mix. I buy orchid potting mix because I have orchids.
because you have orchids. So for today, we're showing you. My point is, we didn't go out to the yard and get a shovel and dig the dirt.
But now I'll tell you one thing: when the orchids die, they don't. I'm good with orchids, but if the orchids go bad, now it's succulent.
Right. Replace with a succulent. Okay, so what I wanted to show you
I love
was
this.
before I came here today, there's a plant that I have in a large shallow, and I think it's called hen and chicks. Someone will correct me if I have it wrong. But so there's a center one, and then all around it are these little guys, just like 20 or 30 of them. And so these are the chicks, of course.
How big is the big one? The one
The
in the
big
middle?
one was probably only this big. And I just had been ignoring it for a long time. So I reached and got these chicks, and you can see,
I love it.
there's quite a root on that one, but they also have a lot of dead leaves on it. So all you want to do is
I don't know
just
if people
use your
know this. This
hand,
is great, Dorothy.
pull these dead leaves off, because you don't need to see those dead leaves. I mean, but this is what succulents do when they're, they grow out of the center
Yeah.
and the leaves are. So we're ready now. And I'm going to put it against your dark shirt so that
Looks like an artichoke.
It does. It does.
Beautiful.
So, we're going to nestle that in there. We don't have to do anything special with it. We also liked this
I love
guy.
that.
So I'm gonna pull the bottom leaf off him.
I'm gonna make you girls trim some of mine before you. Cindy's gonna
Right.
take some extra pieces home today, and I'm gonna make her take some more of that. That's just gone wild
This
in my
is
yard.
very lacy. It's
It's
got
all gone
a
wild.
yellow rim on it. It's very pretty.
Very
So
pretty.
I just took that bottom leaf off so that I could have a stem
Get it.
to jam down in there, and then it would stay. Okay, we got that. What else? We're gonna put
I
this-
love this.
This
Yes,
is
this grows,
the big one,
Yeah.
bigger one, littler one.
and
So we'll probably use a little.
I put some of these that you brought me last time in my front yard, and the honeybees, hummingbirds go to
Right.
this when the flowers are.
Yeah. So these are flowering.
It's amazing.
So we're gonna just,
We'll just
you know what? I'm gonna leave that off.
Okay.
Leave it on because it's fun. I might stick it in the middle for fun. Maybe we need a bigger one.
Okay, the center.
Yeah. You could
Oh, it's
put it down so it won't
fabulous.
fall over. And we need something else over here.
We have this piece, you haven't used anything like that here.
Or
We have that
like
thing.
this piece. There's a bigger one. of
See,
this.
several of these, Dorothy, I know that you brought these. I have these in Ventura. They're the babies off the big
Right.
mothership.
Right.
Just like you were saying, chicks and hens.
What
else?
I have
You have that?
in
I
mind
love that.
this
Yes, I love that.
one. Okay, so this one, we're gonna
Yeah, Miss Cindy's gonna take some of these
here.
extra pieces home too.
Okay, so we have 6 or
Beautiful.
7 different varieties in this guy now.
Beautiful.
Hope you can see it.
And I don't know if people know this, but you also taught me, Dorothy, 1 or 2 times when you come, I've left them, I put a damp paper towel, but I've left them,
Yeah.
combined them onto a tray because Cindy
Yeah.
forgot them or didn't take them at that time, or I have, they're fine. 2 days later, I put them in the
They'll
dirt.
be fine.
They're just fine.
It's not like
It's-
a cut flower
no,
that would be
no.
completely wilted.
It's
and-
amazing how durable they are,
Right.
which is why I guess they grow so well in Southern California because we're a desert.
Yeah.
Well, look at
So
this.
how fun is this?
How fun is this? Thank you, Dorothy. As always,
Thank you.
as always, the succulent queen taught us something else.
Thank you. And I
So
want everyone to
much
visit my
fun.
blog.
Oh, yes,
At
please.
shockinglydelicious.com. We talk about good recipes and food stuff, as well as the occasional succulent post. And you guys have something new coming out too.
Well, we do. Cindy is the producer, and Diane Worthington and I are going to start. We're working on it. Cindy's setting up the Facebook page and done so much work already. It's called women beyond a certain age. And this came about because Diane and I have been friends. Diane's written 20 cookbooks. Diane Worthington. Cindy and I have known Diane for a long time, but I literally have known Diane for 30 years. And she had a James Beard award-winning radio show for years on KABC. Twice she won the James Beard Award for it. Well, Diane and I have gone out to lunch about once or twice a month for the last 20 years. And whenever we do, we always ask each other questions like, well, so what's next? Or what happens when it's time to, are we downsizing?
Right.
What are we doing with our husbands who are going to retire? Do we really want to retire?
How do you know when it's time
How
to
do you
retire?
know?
Yeah.
All those, menopause. We went through menopause together. We've gone
That's
through.
worth a few lunches.
Thank you. We've gone through thyroid issues together. So we've gone through ill mothers together. A million things, and some of it, there's information out there for you, and some of there is no information out there. You just have to live through it.
Right.
So that's
Or
what
ask your friends.
Or ask your friends. So that's what Diane and I are doing now. Cindy's the producer. They're going to be podcasts, and Diane had originally said we couldn't come up with a name. And she then said, well, what about women of a certain age? And I said, you mean like beyond? Because I said, Diane, we're kind of being, women of a certain age is like when people used to seem that 40 was old, okay?
Well, that was then. This
Being
is
maybe
now.
older than that, we'd be very old. So that's the story, but it's fun, and
It'll
we're
be fun.
researching it. It's very fun to do. It's interesting actually, and we're hoping, that people will. Cindy set up an email so people can ask questions. I just think that there's some great information out there. I think sometimes you need to hear it from a friend and not just read it in a magazine.
Right. And sometimes you want to hear it from a friend and not necessarily your doctor.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Or your sister.
Yep.
Says the woman with two sisters, the angel and the devil. Oh, no, that's not it. No, I
That's a
think
whole
that you need
podcast
to.
right there.
Oh, and it's a whole podcast, siblings as made. So anyway, that's it. So thank you. I hope everybody
Thanks.
will